Hold everything. This is the news every developer, entrepreneur, and AI fan is going to be talking about. Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro has just smashed all expectations, beating DeepSeek and Grok in coding performance, and sending shockwaves through the entire AI industry. This is more than a benchmark win. This is a shift in power. If you code, if you invest in tech, if you're building anything digital, this is the update you can't afford to miss. And for everyone who's tired of missing out on AI's biggest moves, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell right now. We bring you breaking AI news, deep analysis, and behind-the-scenes insights before anyone else. Stay with me, because we're about to dive into the story behind Gemini's surprise win, what it really means, and why the future of software development just changed forever. 1. How the AI coding wars became an obsession. Let's set the stage for what makes this news so huge. Only a few years ago, the idea that an AI could outperform top coders seemed like science fiction. Coding was an art, part logic, part intuition, and all human. But then, the breakthrough happened. OpenAI's large language models proved AI could write not just sentence, but functional programs, debug code, and even explain complex algorithms. Suddenly, AI was inside developer tools, automating the boring stuff and making suggestions like a helpful sidekick. Google Gemini's early versions focused on reasoning, analytics, and multimodal capabilities, promising more than just code, true problem solving. But that was just the warm-up. In the last 18 months, a new AI coding arms race took off, and it was no longer a contest between just two big tech giants. DeepSeek appeared, turbocharging code generation, especially for hard niche tasks. It was fast, reliable, and open to the global developer community. Grok, from Elon Musk's XAI team, was marketed as rebellious, fast, and less filtered, capturing attention on X, Twitter, and among the open source crowd. The result? Every update was a headline. Hackathons and coding contests started, including AI-only brackets. YouTubers raced to benchmark new models side by side, often in real-world, high-pressure projects. Companies quietly built entire products powered by whichever AI was winning at the moment. The stakes grew every quarter. Whoever led in code generation could win billion-dollar contracts. AI model upgrades started making or breaking startups. One dev tool lost 60% of users overnight when its AI API fell behind. And every week, rumors would swirl. Who's working on the next big leap? It's been relentless, dramatic, and for a lot of devs, stressful. Every coder had the same question. Should I bet my future on DeepSeek, Grok, Gemini, or just wait for the next king? And then, right when everyone thought the war was settling into a stalemate, Google dropped Gemini 2.5 Pro and everything changed. 2. Inside Gemini 2.5 Pro, the engineering marvel. That left everyone speechless. So what actually makes Gemini 2.5 Pro so game-changing? Google didn't just tweak their old model. They rebuilt it from the ground up for one mission: dominate code. Unlike older models that simply added more parameters, Gemini 2.5 Pro's structure is engineered for both speed and depth. It uses a novel hierarchical system with dozens of specialized submodels inside one huge AI, each honed for a specific programming language or problem type. This lets Gemini route your challenge to the submodel most likely to ace it, making solutions faster, more reliable, and more context-aware. Gemini 2.5 Pro's training data dwarfs what came before. Millions of open-source repos, proprietary enterprise projects where legal, and even code from obscure domains like embedded systems and scientific computing. Instead of just copying patterns, Gemini's training was supervised for reasoning. It learned to think like an architect, refactoring and optimizing as it wrote. Google even included datasets with buggy, poorly documented code, forcing the AI to practice real-life rescue missions. Gemini isn't just a text bot. You can upload code, paste in diagrams, attach documentation, or even give it a spoken bug report. The model can synthesize all of this into a holistic understanding, suggesting not just code, but architecture decisions and long-term refactors. Powered by Google's newest processors. Gemini 2.5 Pro works natively in the Google Cloud ecosystem, meaning responses feel instantaneous, even on massive multi-file projects. API users report that Gemini's response time is twice as fast as DeepSeek on average, and 3 times as fast on legacy languages like COBOL or Fortran. A fintech company used Gemini 2.5 Pro to refactor 40,000 lines of legacy code in a week, a project they estimated would have taken 3 senior devs 3 months. Students are using Gemini to build class projects that are now outperforming teacher-written code, complete with docs and tests. One YouTuber challenged all 3 AIs to solve the same multi-step challenge. Only Gemini 2.5 Pro handled the integration without a single hallucination. Developers on Reddit and X are calling it the first AI that feels like a partner, not a tool. Some say it's like working with a top-tier dev who never sleeps, never gets frustrated, and always documents their code. 3. The face-off, Gemini versus DeepSeek versus Grok. Real numbers, but enough hype. How do these models really compare, head-to-head? In benchmark after benchmark, Gemini 2.5 Pro is ahead. On the industry standard Human Eval Plus test, Gemini 2.5 Pro scored 94.7%, DeepSeek R1 scored 90.3%, and Grok 3 Beta scored 88.8%. On the MBPP benchmark, Gemini 2.5 Pro scored 92.5%, DeepSeek R1 scored 88.1%, and Grok 3 Beta scored 85.2%. In bug-finding contests, Gemini solved multi-modular issues with 40% fewer hallucinations than DeepSeek's and finished complex code generations in half the time compared to Grok. Thousands of developers have put the models through real-world, messy, multi-file projects. Gemini's context memory keeps more variables, follows more logic paths, and cross-references more documentation than any competitor. In one viral thread, a user gave all 3 models a half-completed web app with a deliberately misleading bug. Gemini 2.5 Pro caught it, explained the logic, fixed it, and wrote automated tests. Grok made a good attempt but hallucinated test results. DeepSeek fixed the code but missed the edge case. API users are reporting that Gemini 2.5 Pro delivers results up to 30% faster, with reduced token usage, which actually lowers costs for large-scale teams. For business, this is massive. Quicker shipping, lower payroll, fewer delays. Market reaction has been dramatic. Google Cloud signups surged within hours of the announcement. Developers and companies started switching their back-end automations to Gemini, citing both speed and reliability. One major SaaS platform announced plans to phase out DeepSeek APIs, saying, "Our devs simply work faster with Gemini." On social media, polls show more than 70% of developers say Gemini 2.5 Pro is now their AI of choice for any mission-critical project. Forums are alive with memes, heated debates, and wild predictions. Will Google's win last? Is DeepSeek plotting a comeback? How soon before OpenAI fights back? The bottom line, Gemini 2.5 Pro isn't just a tiny bit better. In code, even a 2% edge is a revolution. Here, Google leapt ahead by a mile and forced every rival to scramble. 4. Shockwaves through the tech industry. What this means for you, for businesses, and for AI itself. Let's talk real-world impact, because this isn't just about which company tops a leaderboard. If you're a coder, you've just been handed the best co-pilot in the world. Code reviews, Gemini 2.5 Pro flags. Subtle logic bugs before you ship. Documentation, it auto-writes clear, human-readable docs and test scripts. Multi-language support. Gemini helps you port code, find syntax errors, and even optimize for performance on obscure platforms. For startups, founders are now launching MVPs in days, not weeks. Faster market entry means more shots at success. The new investor pitch? Our dev team is half the size but ships twice as fast thanks to Gemini. Competitive advantage is no longer about the biggest team, it's about the smartest AI. For enterprises, massive code bases and legacy systems are no longer a nightmare. Gemini is being used to refactor, optimize, and document code bases that have languished for years. Security? Gemini's training on real bug reports means it catches vulnerabilities that previously slipped through human reviews. Efficiency? A recent pilot at a Fortune 100 company reduced software defects by 34% in just a month. For students and educators, boot camps are retooling curricula to teach AI-augmented programming. Students use Gemini to check homework, learn new languages, and build ambitious projects for their portfolios, often surpassing what professionals did just a few years ago. For freelancers, solo devs can now offer enterprise-grade work to small businesses and startups. Time savings mean more clients, more income, more free time. For non-coders, product managers, designers, and even marketers can now create simple tools or automations with AI's help, expanding who can build. For AI research, Google's open benchmarks mean new researchers can contribute, test, and even build on Gemini's strengths, accelerating the next big leap. For the industry, stock prices react, investors move billions, and competing companies are forced to innovate or become obsolete. It's a winner-take-all market, and right now, Google's in the lead. 5. The next frontier. What happens after Gemini 2.5 Pro? Every time it looks like the AI race is over, it just gets wilder. So what's coming next? Leaks suggest DeepSeek R2 is training on an even more diverse dataset with new safety layers to reduce hallucinations and boost logic in edge case bugs. There's a rumor R2 will integrate with IDEs in real time, enabling true live AI pair programming. Grok 4 beta is on the way, built to mine the latest open internet knowledge and even respond to breaking news or zero-day bugs in code. xAI's team hints at personality modules, AIs with distinct coding styles and communication patterns. OpenAI is preparing a retaliation. GPT 5.1, nicknamed the coding titan, is rumored to have over 1 trillion parameters, specialized reasoning modules for different languages, and a brand new context management system. We could soon see AI dev teams, multiple models collaborating live on a single repo. Insiders whisper that Gemini 2.6 Pro is already in alpha, with deeper memory, improved multimodal coordination, and perhaps even an AI project manager layer that plans sprints and estimates time. Market disruption is happening fast. New jobs like AI orchestrators, AI compliance managers, and prompt engineers are popping up everywhere. Big consulting firms are offering AI upgrade services, helping legacy companies replace old code and workflows with AI-powered solutions. Meanwhile, governments and international bodies are racing to draft standards for privacy, security, ethics, and transparency. What rules should govern AIs that can write critical infrastructure, financial software, or even medical systems? Will developers become AI coaches, guiding their digital colleagues instead of writing every line by hand? Will creativity and business savvy matter even more as raw coding becomes commoditized? Could a totally new player emerge, a startup or even a nation, with an even better model? Will quantum computing or new neural architectures flip the whole chessboard again? One thing's for sure, whatever happens next, it'll happen fast. The future belongs to the bold and to you. We just witnessed the moment the rules of software development were rewritten. Today it's Gemini 2.5 Pro. Tomorrow it could be something even wilder. The only constant? The future is up for grabs, and you're invited to build it. If you've ever dreamed of starting a business, launching an app, or even just learning to code, there's never been a better time. You don't need a huge team or deep pockets. You need vision, curiosity, and the right AI partner by your side. So tell me in the comments, what will you build now that you've got the world's smartest coder on your team? Don't forget, if you want these AI breakthroughs first, subscribe and ring the bell. We're here with every leap, every rivalry, every new superpower AI unlocks. The next tech revolution is already happening. Stay bold, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next game-changing AI update.